This is Brady Henderson, the senior pastor of the First Baptist Church of Gaston, South Carolina, and I'm coming to you today on this Thursday from the sandy and sunny beaches of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thankfully, thanks to Alan and technology, we were able to come to you today for the 78th, I believe, episode of the Menorah Podcast, the podcast that seeks to share the light, speak the light, and send the light of Jesus Christ all across the airways of the internet. Alan, how are you doing back in Gaston?
Well, we're doing pretty good. It was a little, wasn't quite as hot and humid this morning, which is a good thing because we got home last night and discovered our air had quit working a little bit. So,
Oh, no. So I know how cold you keep your house. So what did you guys do?
well, it's a blistering 72 degrees in there when I left this morning. So, hopefully
I,
we can get that taken care of without too much trouble.
I hear you. Well, we had a great day yesterday. Really enjoyed worshiping. We had a great crowd yesterday. Sunday school's been a little lower than I would like. 158 was our Sunday school yesterday. So if you're listening to this 78th episode and you're not regularly in a small group, we highly encourage you to do that. But Alan, just want to talk a little bit today, a little catch-all episode. We had previously told you guys that Chet Andrews was going to be interviewed this week. We're going to postpone that to next week for the 79th episode. And then we have another pastor lined up for the 80th episode. So anyway, there's a lot going on. So where do you want me to start, Alan?
Well, I think, with yesterday's service, we had a really good service, I thought. Thought the message was really good. It was the worship I thought was good as well. And so it's kind of, for the past couple of weeks, we've had some really good messages.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, and Steve last week, and it's been really good. Really enjoying Ezra, where we are with that. I've already started looking at next Sunday, even on vacation. Sunday's always coming. Looking at Ezra chapter 8, we've got some more genealogy I've got to work through. So that's always going to be fun. But no, yesterday was great. I will say it was a challenge. 28 verses is always a challenge. But I will say that it was very interesting the way that chapter 7 of Ezra is put together, because you really can't break it up, because it really is one narrative. The only way you could break it up is by stopping at verse 10, and then that would mean the letter of Artaxerxes is just one letter itself, and that would just be one message. So I decided not to do that. I decided to take the whole chunk, and I'm pretty happy with how it worked out.
Yeah, I think it turned out to be a really nice message, and I too will look forward to what else we will learn from Ezra.
Yeah, and we only have, I think 7 or 8 sermons left to Ezra. We will finish the rest of the year, possibly, looking at First Peter. And so some of you that have been in our church a long time remember almost 5 years ago, when I first came and to be your pastor, the first book I preached through was Second Peter, which is really hard to remember back that far. That was back when we averaged about 85, 90 people in worship. Not too many people heard those messages, and that I'm grateful for.
Well,
I hope I've grown in the last 5 years.
yeah, I think we can all say that. Hopefully, we've all grown. Uh, that's
Absolutely.
that's kind of that's kind of part of your thing. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we can remind folks that those messages are still available way back on YouTube. So
Yeah. Yeah. They're way back on there. So anyway, well, hey, let's talk a little bit about D groups. So D groups are coming up September the 7th at 5 p.m. And so discipleship groups are a seasonal discipleship ministry that we do. This semester, I'm pretty excited. We're going to be offering apologetics again. Dwayne Johnson is teaching that, and so he does a great job with that. That is the same course that Charles Burton used to teach,
right.
but you guys know that he's on the international mission field, and so Dwayne stepped up last semester and taught that, and he's going to do that again. And so I'm going to be teaching Baptist history in South Carolina. If you are looking for a challenge, I encourage you to take mine. If you're looking for a challenge, there will be papers and there will be a lot of out-of-class study, but really looking forward to that. And then Sherelle Ott is going to be teaching spiritual gifts. If you've ever wondered what your spiritual gift is and how you can use it for the Lord and how you can use it in the church, then you need to take her D group. And then Lauren is doing a study on women in the Bible that aren't as well known. And there's a lot of those. So she's going to be leading that. That is a ladies only study. Then Brother Steve is doing the Kings of Israel. That is part 2. So you do need to have taken part 1 for that, which was offered last semester. So he's going to kind of finish that one up. And then we have our kids D group. And so looking forward to that. That's 12 and under for them. And then we have a 4 and under class. Keith and Amber Bachelder actually teach the children's D group. So really looking forward. They stepped up last semester and did an awesome job. And so we've got 6 D groups this semester that are being offered. Not too many. Kind of the basics this semester. But I definitely encourage you, if you've been wanting to take one of the core ones, you need to go ahead and take it this semester, because in the spring we'll be rolling out all kind of new classes. So you might want to go ahead and get these under your belt.
And I would like to add, too, that I really enjoyed the history of the Baptist in South Carolina. I took that time before last, and I'm not one of these guys that remembers all the dates, but I kind of remember the progression and how things happened and why we are. So even if you're not a big history person, it kind of gives you a little background on the Southern Baptist faith.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And when I taught your class, I wasn't requiring papers yet, but I changed that since. And so looking forward to that and being able to help people. So that's D groups, and you can sign up in the Welcome Center. Those sign-ups are live now. Also, want to let you guys know that we are officially a week away from Revival. And so Revival is going to start on Wednesday, August the 27th. West Church from First Baptist Columbia is going to be with us. And then on Thursday, August 28th at 7 p.m., Josh Powell will be with us from Taylor's First Baptist. And then we'll wrap it up on Friday, August 29th, with Marshall Blaylock from Charleston First Baptist Church. So we've got a pretty good lineup, Alan. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, sounds like you hopped in there and got us some what I would call top shelf talent for our revivals, and looking forward to hearing what God's laid on their hearts for our congregation.
Yeah, absolutely. And, got some musicians in there as well.
Oh, yeah?
Josh Powell's son, not Levi, Wiles. The other son is Levi. He has 3 sons. One is 10, and then the other 2 are in their 20s. One is feeling called to be a preacher, and the other is called to worship ministry.
Okay.
So Wiles is going to be leading our worship, and he is the grandson. Many of our listeners know this guy, George Kuhn.
Okay.
And so George Kuhn is at Old Lexington Baptist, and Wiles is leading his music right now. And so really looking forward to that. George Kuhn and I have done some funerals together at our church. And so George is no stranger to First Baptist. George Kuhn is actually related to the Jeffcoat family, believe it or not.
Right.
So anyway, so that's a little bit about the revival, Alan. Any questions about that? We will have childcare every night. So keep that in mind. If your child is in grade school and you think they can sit through the service, I encourage you to let them do that. They need to be able to experience a revival and be able to see that for themselves. But as far as the little ones, we will have childcare.
Yeah, I remember so many years as a child myself being in revival.
Yeah, and Alan, it's an interesting thing. The first, 3 or 4 years I was here, we didn't do a revival. And last year, we decided to do one for the homecoming. And then as I started to plan this year, I couldn't imagine not having a revival.
Well,
because it was such a time of uniting our church together last year. I know we had the 200 year to celebrate, but 201 is just as impressive, if not more, as 200.
Well, every year is important, and for a long time it was, I guess, it kind of dropped out of style to have revivals. I know a number of churches kind of got away from it, and
Oh yeah,
kind of glad to see it coming back a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, me too. And I've been blessed. God's given me a lot of opportunity to preach revivals across the state, and I've enjoyed that, seeing how other churches do it across the state, and that's been pretty cool. So, do want to let you guys know you heard on Sunday that we announced who will be serving as deacons for this rotation. Do want to let you know who those guys are. Dwayne Johnson, Chris Pound. They are returning. They have served as deacons many times, and Alan knows a thing or two about that. But some new guys that we have coming on this year for a 3-year term are Walker Spires and Matt Barfield. And so, Alan, you were in several of those meetings that we had with those guys. We're going to have those guys on the podcast at some point, like we did with some of the guys last year. But Alan, just want to hear your thoughts on these two young men that some people might know and might not know that much about.
I've known Walker a little better than I did Matt, but I've enjoyed getting to know Matt uh, here recently, the last couple of weeks, and to be able to listen to him and his wife as well. I just enjoyed being in those meetings. I think it is a pleasure to get to serve with those guys and be able to see them as they mature, as they kind of get it, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. As they grow, as they progress, and all of that. So, yeah, so we're going to be doing their ordination service on September the 17th. That is a Wednesday. You may ask, well, why are we doing an ordination service on a Wednesday? Because when we've done it on Sundays, not as many people come. And I think this is a really important part in the life of our church. So our youth will be with us. Our kids will be with us. It's just going to be an exciting time. And I really want you to be able to be there for that ordination service for these two young men. That will be 7 p.m. on Wednesday, September the 17th.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. I can still remember the night of my ordination. I had the privilege of having my father participate and my brother, who was ordained. So that was a special night for me.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I remember my ordination as well. Obviously, it wasn't a deacon ordination, but it was a ministerial, and I do remember that very vividly. Yeah, looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a great time. I will add, we do know Matt a little bit because Matt's a part of the Swansea Tiger Sports Network. So, speaking of that, really looking forward to this coming Friday night. Swansea is going to kick off the regular season against Mid Carolina High School, and it is Athletic Hall of Fame night. So during halftime, we're going to be recognizing some awesome Swansea Tigers. Really, really look forward to that. And so kickoff is at 7:30. Your First Baptist crew will be in the PA booth, getting things ready and calling the game. So I encourage you guys to come out. It's going to be a good night. So anyway, all right, Alan. Well, I think I've covered about everything that's happening in the next month.
Well,
Anything I'm missing?
well, keep in mind, guys, that we do have our small groups matters coming up. Then we also have our Family Matters 2.0. I noticed that sheet out this morning, and looks like you already got a pretty good crowd for it too. So,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
know, we got lots of things going on in the life of our church. We encourage you guys to participate in as many of those things as you can. I've participated in a number of the Family Matters things. I believe those are life changing, and we know that revival can always be life changing. And a lot goes on here to uh, make your life a better life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Family Matters is a great thing. That's September the 4th. And also, don't forget, if you are looking to become a member, you're not a church member, new members class, September the 7th. So we'll be doing that. And then this Sunday, Baptism Sunday. We really do have a lot going on. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, you have listened to the 78th episode of the Menorah Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this is the podcast that seeks to share light, speak the light, and send the light of Jesus Christ all across the airways of the internet. We will see you Sunday as we celebrate baptism in the lives of several new believers. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.
Bye bye, guys.